Okay, so today is parallel and perpendicular lines, day 1. Okay, so this is on the top of your paper. You have a spot to fill this in. Parallel lines have the same slope. Write that down, please. Parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. Shh. Parallel lines have the same slope. Make sure you have that written down, please. For perpendicular lines, we're going to flip and change the sign. We're going to flip and change the sign for the slope. Okay, we're going to flip it and we're going to change the sign. I'm going to explain what this means in a minute. All I want you to do right now is write it down so that you can look back at your notes. So flip and change the sign. Okay, so this symbol right here means parallel. So if my slope is -3, the parallel slope is also going to be -3 because they're the same. Parallel lines, you keep it the same. So if I tell you the slope is -3 and I say what's the parallel one, it's also -3. You keep it the same. Okay. All right, what if I tell you the slope is 2/5? What's the parallel one going to be? 2/5. You keep it the same for parallel. You keep it exactly the same, so it's going to be 2/5. Okay, if I tell you the slope is 1, and I say what is the parallel slope? It is 1. You keep it the same. If it's -1/6, it's going to be -1/6. And lastly, if I tell you the slope is 0 and I ask for parallel, it's going to be 0. Okay, so we got that down. All right, for perpendicular, you have to flip it and change the sign. So let me show you what that means. Does anybody remember what number you could put underneath -3? Very good, a 1. We have to flip that. So -3 is going to go to the bottom, and 1 is going to go to the top. Okay? So we have to flip it. We also have to change the sign. So negative, this was a negative number, it's going to become a positive. So when I flip it, 1 goes to the top, 3 goes to the bottom, and the negative became a positive. So it's 1/3 is the perpendicular answer. 1/3. Good. Okay. All right. So for 2/5, for perpendicular. Joey? Good. You have to flip it and change it. So it was positive. That means it becomes negative. And 5 and 2 switch places. You're flipping it around. Okay. All right. Again, 1, you're going to have to draw a line underneath it and put a 1 underneath it. You're going to have to make it a fraction so that it can flip. Okay, it can't flip unless there's 2 numbers. So 1/1, when you flip it, is still 1/1. Good. But a positive becomes a negative. Okay, positive becomes a negative. Okay, let me call on somebody for this one. Chad, help me with -1/6 when I make it perpendicular. Okay, so he brought up an interesting point. Guys, look up here real quick because I don't want you to miss this because you can get these and get some good points. I don't want you to miss this. This whole number is considered a negative number. Okay, it doesn't matter that there's no negative with the 6. This whole number is considered negative. Your answer is going to be positive, the whole thing. Don't focus on the 2 separate numbers. Okay, if there's a negative here, there's no negative over here. If there's no negative here, then you put a negative over there. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Now, raise your hand for an extra credit point if you could tell me what you think 0 turns into. Close. All right, going on? Nope. 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 Nope.
No slope. No slope.
No slope. Okay, it's because this is from Yachsin. Remember, anytime we have 0 slope, we have to use Yachsin. So what's the opposite of 0 in Yachsin? No slope is the opposite of 0 when you use Yachsin. Okay, so that's why that one's weird. Okay. Okay, so you have one to do on your own. So here are the slopes: 4, -1/3, -5, 2/3, no slope, -2, 1/8. And you need to tell me the parallel one. Just fill in the box. And the perpendicular one. Together up here. Ethan H., what did you get for 4, both things? Good. Who got that one? 4, -1/4? Very good. Excellent job. Chuck, what about this one, -1/3? Good. 3/1 or 3. You could just put 3 and it would be correct. Dylan, what about the -5 one? What you got? For the parallel one? Okay. And what about for the perpendicular? Very good. 1/5. Who got that one? Very good. All right. Haley, what about the 2/3? What'd you get for both boxes? Very good. All right. Monica, this one's tricky. It's okay if you don't quite get it. Let's see what you got though. What'd you get for this one? All right. Very good. No slope and 0. So 0 and no slope are opposites. All right. And Daniel, what about the -2 column? Very good. And Chad, the last one? Good. You could also just put -8 for that, and it would be right too. Okay, good. Any questions on that? Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, number 1 says, are the following lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Okay, here's what I need you to write. Circle parallel and put same slope. We're not going to do this every time, but we are going to do it on number 1. Circle parallel and put same slope. Okay. And for perpendicular, we're going to write flip and change. Okay, so we're going to make a little note to ourselves just on that first one. I'm not going to make you write it every time. Okay, we're not going to write anything for neither. Okay, so guys, for this first problem, if they are parallel, we're comparing 2 different things. If they're parallel, they're both going to have the same slope. Both of them will have the same slope. If they are perpendicular, their slopes are going to be flipped and changed. So that's what we have to look at. We've got to look at their slopes. Can anyone raise their hand for an extra credit point and tell me what I have to do for the slope of that? 2x plus 2y equals 6. Dylan. You have to do what? Close. Ethan H. Good. So you got to draw your line and circle Y. You were getting there. Okay? So on number 1, you're going to have to solve it. You're going to have to solve it. So I subtract 2x from that side, and I cross it out. Give everybody a minute to write that down. We're going to minus 2x. Kind of like this. Like it's going to be side to side. Okay? And then we're going to divide everything by 2. We're going to divide everything by 2. So you get y equals, so you got calculators, what's 6 over 2? And what about negative 2 over 2? Okay. All right, guys, up here, which one of these is the slope? Negative 1. So let's just use m. That's what slope is. So we'll put m is negative 1. M is negative 1. Okay, over here we don't have to do any work because it already is y equals. It's already in y equals form. Okay, what number can we put in front of the x? 1. Okay, what is the slope of this line right here? Negative 1. So I'm going to put m equals negative 1. Please don't put your head down. All right. So I got m equals negative 1 in blue. I got m equals negative 1 in red. So they are the what? Very good. They're parallel because they are the same. Great. Great, great, great. So the answer to this one is parallel. That's the answer. That's what they want to know. The answer is parallel. You could also put this, if you don't like writing that word, you can put that symbol. That. Okay? If you don't like writing the word parallel, you can put that symbol. Okay, number 2. Determine if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay. Ethan G., what am I going to have to do on this first one? Good. I'm going to have to draw my line and circle Y. Draw my line and circle Y. This is 1x. It's positive. When you move 1x to the other side, it becomes minus 1x. Minus 1x from the other side. Chuck, then what am I going to divide them all by? Negative 3. All right, so I get y equals, Andrew, help me with this. What do I get when I divide those by negative 3? What's 6 divided by negative 3? And you can get your calculator out. What about here? A negative over a negative is good. So you get positive 1/3 x. Okay? All right, so I'm going to put what m equals. I want to know what the slope is. Chad, what will my m be on that one? 1/3. M will be 1/3. Andrea, what do I have to do on this bottom one? Good. You got to solve that one too. Okay. All right, Andrew, what moves to the other side right here? Very good. So I minus 2x. And then, Joe, what am I going to divide everything by?
2. 6.
Whatever's beside that y is what gets written underneath everything. All right. Gracie, negative 24 divided by negative 6. Uh-huh. Okay. So we'll do that. We'll make that a positive. Okay, thank you. Gracie, negative 24 divided by negative 6. 4. And Allison, 2 over negative 6. Negative 1/3. You can use your math enter on that one. Okay. All right. Zaria, which one of these is my M? The 4 or the negative 1/3? Good. Okay, guys. I got positive 1/3. I got negative 1/3. Are those the same? So that means they're not what? They're not parallel. Okay. Perpendicular, you have to flip it. Did they flip 1/3? Nope. So the answer is neither. It's neither. Okay. They're not the same, and they haven't been flipped either. So that one's neither. All right, number 3, determine if the lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Gracie, do I have to do anything to this one? What is my M, Gracie? 1/2. M is 1/2. Allison, do I have to do anything to the other one? Yes. All right, Haley, what am I going to do right here? Good. Ethan H., what moves to the other side? And it becomes what? Jacob King, what else do you do? Divide by what? What number? Very good. All right, so you get y equals, Bishop, 14 divided by 4. Type it in your calculator for us. 14 divided by 4. And then you have to do math, enter. 7 over 2. Andrew, negative 8 over 4. All right, and you put your X with it. Okay, Joey, what is my M here? Which one's the M? The 7 over 2 or the negative 2? It's the one with the X. M is always the one with the X. Okay, so let's do this part together. I got 1/2 and I got negative 2. Are those the same? Nope, so they're not what? It's not parallel. Has 1/2 been flipped and changed? It has. Look, what happens when you flip 1 over 2? What is it? Over. Can you put it over 1? You can, okay? So what's the answer to this one? Perpendicular. The symbol for perpendicular is that. That's the symbol for perpendicular. That symbol right there. There's not one. Okay, number 4. Ethan G., tell me about this. Y equals 6x plus 1. Good. M equals 6. So that one's done. Chad, tell me about this one. 21x minus 3y equals 63. Very good. Daniel, what else do I have to do on that one? Negative 3. Good. Monica, what's my M on that one? Very good. All right, Dylan. Are they parallel? Are they perpendicular? Nope. So the answer to this one is neither. Okay. Number 5, what is the perpendicular slope to the line whose equation is x minus 3y equals negative 12? Chuck, what's something I should circle? And I'm also going to circle perpendicular. Okay, so guys, you know I got to draw my line and circle y. Draw my line and circle y. Joey, what moves to the other side? Very good. And it was positive here, so I minus 1x. Jacob King, what else do I do? Negative 3. So I get y equals 4 plus 1/3 x. Y equals 4 plus 1/3 x. Zaria, what's my m? Very good. M equals 1/3. Joey, what's one of the keywords I circled? What is it asking for? Perpendicular. Anybody know what I have to do to give the final answer? Allison? Flip and change it. Flip and change it. Dylan, what's 1/3 going to become when I flip and change it? Good. You can put over 1 or you can just put negative 3. That's the answer to number 5, negative 3. All right, flip it over. Number 6, what is the parallel slope to the line x equals negative 3? Circle parallel slope. In your head, when you see parallel, what should you think? Same. Good. They're going to be the same. Okay. Stick with me up here. X equals negative 3. This is Yoxin. X equals negative 3. Okay, because it's x equals a number. Where does it fall into Yoxin? X equals negative 3. What does it go with? No slope. X goes with no slope. Parallel means to what? Same. So this was no slope. So what's the answer going to be? No slope. Good. Okay. X equals negative 3 goes with no slope. Okay. What about perpendicular with no slope? I have to change it. 0. Very good. Gives me 0. Okay. All right. Number 7. What is the parallel slope? Parallel means to? Same. Y equals 5. So that's y equals a number. That means I'm going to have to think about Yoxin. Y goes with 0. Y goes with 0. And you keep it the same. Okay? For perpendicular, I have to change it. How does 0 change to? No slope. Those are opposites. All right, 3 more. We're almost done. Stick with me. All right. Number 8, are the following lines that go through the respective points parallel, perpendicular, or neither? So I have 2 points. Raise your hand for an extra credit point if you can tell me what you think we're going to do. Dylan. If you can say it correctly, you're. Y minus y over x. There you go. Y minus y over x minus x. Good. Okay. Anybody know what that formula gives us? The slope. All right, gives a slope. No, you're not. Okay. So remember, I'm gonna label them x, y, x, y. So I'm going to start with the first ones. I'm doing the first 2 points. Negative 1 minus 0 over 4 minus negative 2. So I'm doing line A right now. I'm doing line A. All right, Zaria, what do you get on the top right here? And Chuck, tell me what you get on the bottom. Minus negative, okay? So you get negative 1 over 6. So that's line A. Now we have to do line B. Joey, help me with line B. What would I put into the formula? What are my two y's? Good. Perfect. Okay. Daniel, what do you get on top? Negative 12. Chad, what about on the bottom? What do you get? Negative 2. And Dylan, what's your final answer for right here? Negative 12 over negative 2. Very good. Okay. All right, raise your hand for an extra credit point if you can tell me about these two. If you can tell me about negative 1 over 6 and 6. The question, you got to answer the question? All right, all three of y'all already got one today. All right, we'll go with Daniel. Nope, not today. Ethan H. It's perpendicular. Look, they flipped it, and a negative became a positive. So it's perpendicular. That's the answer, or you can put the symbol. That's the answer to that. Okay. Number 9. Bishop, what formula am I going to use with these 2 points? This formula. Y minus y over x minus x. All right. I'm going to give everybody a minute. Okay. For line A. Ethan G, what did you get for line A? Good. Negative 3 over 4. Good. Line A. Joey, what did you get for line B? Yeah, right there. 3 over 4. All right, guys, look at this one. This one is negative and this one is positive. Are they the same? No. So they're not parallel. Have they been flipped? So it's not perpendicular. So it is neither. So write that down, please. That's the final answer. Neither is the final answer. Neither. Okay. On the next one, some of y'all have already done it, so we'll go ahead and talk about it. For line A, Monica, what did you get for that one? Well, what did you get for the slope of line A? 3. Okay, line A, you get 3. Line B, Ethan H. What'd you get for line B? Have you done it yet? Nope. Okay, let me. 3. Okay, Joey, if this one's 3 and that one's 3. Very good. They are parallel. Or you can put that symbol. Okay? Very good. Okay, here's your OYO.